Real confidence sounds like I will still show up. I don't need to be perfect to be powerful. This room doesn't define me, I define myself in it. Even Maya Angelou, who faced racism, poverty, and trauma, chose to rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies, but still, like dust, I rise. Take a moment, seriously. If you're not driving, go find a mirror or just imagine one and look, not to fix your hair or straighten your shirt, but to actually see yourself. That face, that expression, that history. We spend so much time moving, proving, and performing. But when you strip all that back, do you even like the person you see? Today, we're going somewhere deep because if you've ever felt like confidence is something other people have and you are still trying to find, this episode is your reminder. You don't have to wait to feel worthy. You just have to decide not to keep hiding. Welcome to Clarity to Impact, the podcast where we unpack the mindset behind purpose driven work. I am your host, Blessing Asukwa Epo, and this is the story behind the mirror. Let's start with something you've probably felt before, even if you didn't have a name for it: imposter syndrome. You walk into a room, you've earned the right to be there, and then suddenly your throat tightens. You wonder if they'll find out that you're not as good as they think. It's not just you. Even Michelle Obama confessed that during her time at Princeton and Harvard, and even as First Lady, she felt like she didn't belong. I still have a little imposter syndrome. It doesn't go away, she said. That feeling that you shouldn't take me that seriously. What do I know? That part, that's what makes it universal. A 2020 study published in Journal of General Internal Medicine found that 82% of professionals, especially women and people of color, experience imposter syndrome, even the ones we look up to. Because the problem isn't just confidence, it's the spaces that we find ourselves in. We're constantly being asked to prove where we belong while carrying stories that told us we never really did. Now let's rewind. Were you ever praised as a child for being the quiet one, the good one, the helper, the fixer? That kind of praise teaches us something. We're only valuable when we're easy to handle. Psychologist Carl Rogers called this conditions of worth, meaning if love and attention were tied to being a certain way, then as adults, we panic when we don't meet those conditions. I remember once working on a huge grant report, weeks of late night, data, rewrites, and the night before the deadline, I sat there, hand hovering over the send button, and I froze. It's not clear enough. What if they tear it apart? Maybe I should rewrite the whole thing. But then I asked myself, if someone else sent this to me, would I think it was smart, clear, thoughtful? The answer was yes. And in that moment, it taught me something big. Confidence isn't the absence of doubt, it's the choice to move through with it anyways. So, what does real confidence actually look like? Real confidence is not always loud, it's not always polished, it's not the one that dominates the room all the time. Sometimes it's quiet, unshakable, it's knowing what you bring and not needing to over explain yourself. Brené Brown, for example, her first TEDx talk on vulnerability, people laughed and dismissed her. And she could have shut down everything, but instead she leaned into her discomforts, and now she leads a global movement on courage and authenticity. Or take Viola Davis, the first Black woman to win an EGOT. She grew up in poverty, living through trauma, and still says, I always wanted someone to tell me I was enough. Then I realized I had to be the one to say it to myself. It's also important to note that confidence isn't just internal, it's shaped by our environment too. If you are constantly around people who need you to be small to feel big, your self esteem is going to suffocate. Harvard study on psychological safety at work showed that people thrive when they feel safe being themselves. So ask yourself, are my spaces reflecting my potential or just my fears? Because no matter how confident you are or you try to be, you can't grow in a soil that keeps cutting off your roots. Let's get into the science for a second. Research from UC Davis and the APA shows that people with high self esteem bounce back faster, perform better under pressure, and have healthier careers overall. But, and this is big, when that self esteem is built only on praise or performance, it's fragile. That's why Carol Dweck's growth mindset matters so much. True confidence isn't I know everything. It is I can figure it out, I can grow. That shift changes everything. So let's pause and zoom out. Let me offer you one truth. Self esteem is not about thinking you're better than others. It is about not needing to compare at all. When Oprah was told she wasn't fit for TV, she didn't shrink. She built her own platform. When Malala was attacked for going to school, she didn't go silent. She went on to win a Nobel Peace Prize. Real confidence sounds like I will still show up. I don't need to be perfect to be powerful. This room doesn't define me. I define myself in it. Even Maya Angelou, who faced racism, poverty, and trauma, chose to rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies, but still, like dust, I rise. So here's the reminder I want to leave with you today. You don't have to wait for someone else to call you confident. You don't have to fake it till you make it. You don't have to shrink to fit any version of worthy that was handed to you. Self esteem is built story by story, not title by title. And the most powerful one is the one you write next. Your voice is valid. Your presence is not a favor, it's an asset. This is clarity to impact. And next week, we'll walk through the practical toolkit for building lasting confidence and self esteem in your career. But for now, look in that mirror again, smile, and say it like you mean it this time. I am enough, just as I am. And I'm not done growing at all. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's help more people rewrite their inner narrative, one story at a time. See you next week. Goodbye.